Howdy folks, welcome to another beautiful day out here in West Vancouver. Sorry I haven't posted for a while, it's been a little bit crazy. Well, I say a beautiful day, it is nice and warm, it's like spring has finally started. It looks a little bit cloudy now today, but it's been an absolutely beautiful week so far. I mean, there's some beautiful sunny days, it's just absolutely wonderful. Any which way, so today I want to talk about a couple of things. Firstly, I'm sorry I haven't posted for a while. It's, I get myself in these things and I get excited and then I start working on stuff and then I just get myself so busy, and before I know it, like days have gone by and I'm like, wow, I don't even actually know what I've been doing. Just too many things going on, too many things, I tell you. Anyway, we'll figure it out and I'll get back to posting a little bit more. At the same time, what I wanted to talk to you about today is, I've got a couple of people that messaged me and said, hey, what does it cost? I've got an agent that I'm looking at to help me, and they want to charge me like $400 or $250. And, it's the reality is that if you are wanting to immigrate to Canada from South Africa, or I guess from anywhere else in the world, it is never going to be a cheap process. It is expensive. And, you can, it's hard. I mean, theoretically, you can go through the Canadian IRCC site and you can check if you qualify and you can see how you can get in. But at the end of the day, if you can afford it, it is better to use an agent. It is good to make sure that you use an agent that is verified. So on the IRCC site, I think there's a couple of places, I'll go and find it and put it in the description, where you can find agents that are actually registered agents. Because the bigger problem is not the money that you're going to pay the agents, the bigger problem is the money that you're going to pay to agents that are not actually properly registered agents, and that's not really out there to help you, because there are scammers out there. So make sure you find the correct agent. I don't know what other advice to give you. The fact of the matter is that you are probably going to spend, and I know it seems a little bit of money for people in Canada. I mean, $250 for a consultation to move halfway around the world, things like that. It seems like peanuts, but the reality is back in South Africa, that's like 4,000 Rand. It's a lot of money, and it's, especially if you don't know, especially if it's just exploratory. So look, there are other ways of getting into Canada. I think mainly there's two kinds of ways the people that I've met come into Canada. The one is people that come in through work permits through their work. So in other words, they work for a big international organization like a PricewaterhouseCoopers or one of those, and they ask to be moved to Canada. And I mean, that is painless. That is really easy, because what you do is your work takes care of everything. So I mean, some of the people I met here, their employers organized consultants that help them to find homes and everything. I mean, that's all taken care of. So for those guys, if you are working at a company that has that option for you to move to Canada, and you want to go for it, because it's really easy, and it well, it's never really easy, but it's easier and it gets done. The other group of people is more the one that we're concerned about. It's the people that don't have that international company backing to help them come across to Canada, and they need to find work and they need to find a way to come in. And unfortunately, like I said before, that is an expensive process. You need to really, really want to come, and you really need to actually, I don't know what to say, guys. I mean, it's tough. You need to want to come, and you need to be willing to gamble that money. I mean, if you are not willing to spend $250 on a consultation with an agent and to risk this, or if you don't have that money, then the likelihood of you being able to actually come here and do it is going, it's small. It's not impossible, but it is small. I mean, you got to be committed. And I'm sorry to say it that way, but it is. If you're not committed, it's not going to happen, I know that there's a lot of people that want to get out and that want to come to Canada and that want to live in Canada. And, you know, there's some horror stories. I read stories online about people that spend a fortune and then they get to the point where they actually get denied and they can't come through. And you know, unfortunately, those stories do exist. But generally, an agent will give you a good idea. That first consultation, the agent will give you a good idea whether you qualify or not. And if you're serious about coming, you're going to have to actually just pay that agent. That is the best advice I can give you. Going through it, there are many people that I know that's gone through the IRCC website and managed everything on their own. Many people. But it is a lot harder because the IRCC website is very unclear about a lot of things and there's a lot of information online, but using Google, YouTube and the IRCC website, you can figure it out on your own. I think what I should do is actually just do one video about or do a couple of videos about how you figure out whether you can qualify or whether you can come over. I should do that. Anyway, so that's just that on that part of it. It's not going to be expensive. Immigrating is hard. I've said this in so many videos. Know that if you want to go down this route, you need to be committed to the process. Anyway, for the rest of it, summer is here. It's absolutely beautiful. We are getting to the time, you know, me and Belinda, we sleep early. It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's the age or whatever. I can't be up until what time of the night. So I need to be in bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock. You know, so last night we got into bed at 9:30 and I was saying to Belinda, here we go to sleep before the sun sets again, because by 9:30 it was still light outside. We now are at the stage where we need to buy curtains so that we can go to sleep without, you know, while it's still light out. It sounds bad. I don't know. Hey? It's like, how old am I that I want to go to sleep while the day is still up? Anyway, so that is it for the rest. We've been around, we've met with a couple of people, and this weekend we're going to actually finally have some time to do the brakes on the car, which is absolutely amazing. We're going to get that done on Saturday. And then I think it's time to organize another trip to the islands. I'm still working on Belinda to convince her to buy a piece of land on Mudge Island. She's not 100% there yet, but we're working at it. No other news really. For the rest, it's life's good. Just too busy with too many things, says I. And then I'm working on Belinda to buy a piece of land on Mudge Island. I have this idea. I mean, there's this beautiful piece of land that's affordable, over an acre. It's sitting right up there at the higher end of Mudge Island. It's got like a little tree house. It's got like a little a pool, lake. You know, it's a beautiful place. And I'm like, yeah, we buy this and then we can go there on weekends and we can start building a cabin, because there's actually trees on the stand that you can probably cut down. There's a lumber mill on Mudge Island. I'm like, yeah, and then we can build ourselves a little cabin and everything. Oh my gosh, as if we not already have enough stuff to do. I need to stop chasing all these ideas. Anyway, folks, you all must have an absolutely beautiful one, and we will speak again soon. Cheers.